everyone, beautiful, beautiful beings. I just wanted to jump on here and share with you some of the beautiful teachings that I felt would be helpful for you. So if you're joining me, please say hi. Alina, I see you. Thank you so much for being here. I always love your energy. And today we're actually, that's exactly what I really wanted to talk about, which is energy. And to begin, I started this off with a beautiful practice that is what I call a non-negotiable in my life. It is something that is very simple, as you can see. It's just tea leaves, teapot, a bowl, a vessel of your choice, as I would call it. It could be a cup, it could be a mug, anything that could carry the leaves, and then it's just you're just here. And what it does is it connects you to heaven and earth. It really does, because it is a bridge that encapsulates in it, the starlight, the moonlight, the sunlight, the raindrops and the snowdrops. They're all within that leaf, if you think about it. And the sweet presence of Mother Earth, the beautiful wisdom of Mother Earth is absorbed through the roots, through the bark, and into the leaves, through the branches as well. And I love to imagine that the branches are also playing with the clouds and playing with the stars as well. And all of those joy and the calmness and the knowing is all within the leaf. And that is what we're ingesting, that is what we're bringing into our body, reminding us, awakening our body to the fact that we are also part of that. We are also made of that, rather. And so that brings me to the topic of what you are made of, what created you, and also what created the trauma that you are perhaps facing and feeling, or not facing and not feeling, because that is the really huge question mark. It really is something I hear so much in the eating disorder community, especially because that is where I specialize, that is where I am specialized and offering my services, is that why can't I seem to get it? Why am I in and out of treatment? Why am I in and out of therapy for years and years, and yet I can't get it? Like, I still can't get it. I'm still trying to restrict here. I'm trying to sneak in a little bit of that behavior that is, and I know that is not good for me. That is what I always hear from my clients. So I'm just gonna come closer to you because my screen is doing this weird thing. Hello. And okay, I'm just gonna move you. So I just wanted to say that first and foremost, it is a very common thing I see, and it breaks my heart, absolutely, because I've got so much compassion for that. I have gone through it myself. I've been in and out of the nutritionist's office, and I was being prescribed hormones that were inexplicable. Like, I wasn't even explained, I wasn't even told what exactly it was. And in fact, I think I remember, just asking what exactly it was, and I was told to Google it myself. And that just says so much about the medical system these days. And I'm by no means saying that it's not doing any work or not helping along the way for vast majority of the community in the world. But when it comes down to eating disorder, it's so important to understand and also work with someone who is informed. And so I just wanted to come in and share with you that when I work in this field, what I do is I come from a personal experience. And beyond that, I also come from a space where I have learned that our physical body is not the only body that we possess. And that is the true, I think that was something that really set a lot of my clients free from their eating disorders and their disorder eating. Why? Because there is no more need to write any stories. There is no more need to sit in the therapist chair and try to figure out what exactly it was at age 2 or age 3 that caused this to happen. Because yes, there is something that has caused it to happen, but can our mind, can our conscious mind and our subconscious mind tap into that? That is really a big job for the mind, when the mind is already busy trying to figure out ways to keep you alive, to keep you surviving. And so it brings me back to what the question was that I put out at the beginning when I wanted to come out to speak today on this live, is that what are you made of? You are made of energy, okay? And I just want you to really let that sink in a little bit before I carry on, and before you say, no, what the hell does she mean? What does that even mean, okay? So if you have a more scientific mind, that would mean that there was this vast matter of photons and atoms, and you started to compress it. And the first time you compressed it, you're actually compressed into your spirit, okay? So that is your wider scale. What is out there is beyond our knowing. That is my belief. Perhaps you have a different belief. I totally respect that. But I truly know that, we already know that science has really been confirming this, and also digging deeper into the fact that we all come from the same unified field that created the universe. And so if you think about it, what is exactly out there? Scientists have, they have picked that little fragment, that filament, and put it into a test tube and try to figure out what exactly it is. Is it matter or is it energy, right? Is it something that is not physical? And what was not really talked about is that when they looked at it as a matter, it became matter. And when they looked at it as something non-physical, which is energy, it became energy. So this is exactly I think, where the root of law of attraction came from, because what you perceive is what you will attract. What I really want to say is that you are the creator of your life, and what you want to perceive in your life and what you want to attract into your life is actually exactly what you need, and you have complete command over it. Oh, thank you, my love. I just saw your message. So happy to hear this. Yes, I mean, it's so great. Like, to me, it was an absolutely beautiful moment when I realized that I can work with my own body to channel this energy to where I want it to flow. And a lot of times when I'm working in the disordered eating field, one of the real big subject that comes up is like, how do you stop yourself from being triggered? And I think that is quite common in the trauma what do you call that, treatment field, or where you come into working with people with trauma. And eating disorder is absolutely a mental health issue, and it's not something like what the world portray it as or see it as in like, oh, just eat and you'll be fine, because that was exactly what I was treated with. Like, I was told to just eat, and I descended into a worse place, and I didn't understand why I was feeling that way, and I felt so judgmental about where I was, and that was something that really haunted me for many years until I was able to work with a hypnotherapist and overcome a lot of the childhood traumas and childhood memories that were all stocking up inside of me to create and manifest as what it was, as an eating disorder. So when what I want to say is that, yes, you've dealt with a big trigger this week. Okay, great, because this is what I wanted to share today, because this is a really beautiful technique that is really simple, and you can actually do it while you're driving or when you're walking, or or even better, like right before you go to bed. So, but I want to preface it because at the beginning, if you're new to this practice, it will seem a bit weird because a lot of times we've been told, oh, when you're meditating, you should just detach your mind and just observe. And that is absolutely true, but I also had clients who were like, they said, well, does that mean that I don't, like, I thought that meditation is about detaching yourself, but it feels like I'm attaching more to my body. And this is exactly what I want to bring your attention to. I'm just looking at your comments now. Can just feel it energetically, don't want to label it. Feels like it's not connected to the thing that triggered. Okay, my love. The person who has triggered you is first and foremost what you need to look at as happening for you. Everything in your life is happening for you. And this is something that really caused a lot of beautiful breakthroughs, because if I can go into a longer conversation about this, it's literally, what we call a soul contract. And if that feels really uncomfortable for you, I would just go with the fact that, before you came into Earth, you were at a bus stop waiting for the bus to take you to the Earth, and you just made a real big contract with somebody, several people perhaps, who will be placed in your life further on, because you were saying to all these people at the bus stop, okay, look, I want to go to Earth. I want to have the best ever experience in my life. And I want to awaken to a bigger person, a bigger version of me. So who here wants to volunteer to kickstart that for me? And that is where your soul contract comes in. That is where you sign a contract with these people and because they were like, okay, I will take that opportunity. I will come into your life and I'll trigger the shit out of you, and you will become such a greater version of yourself that is unbelievable. And this is something that really lands a lot for people, even though at the beginning, if you don't believe in souls or whatever it is, and I trust that if you're here, you do. So I'm just gonna talk in that way where it feels good for me and resonates with me, and take it as you wish. If it doesn't resonate, it's okay. All my love to you, okay? So this is exactly why I say everything happens for us. For example, why people will come to me, they will be like, why do I have this eating disorder? Why do I hate my body so much? Why do I know what I know, but I still can't, I can't look at my body. I hate my body. I'm disgusted by the body. I have this secret of like binging, and I hate it. Why do I have this? Why is it ruining my life, right? This is exactly why I hear so much. And I just want to call you back to this moment that you have everything for you and everything's happening for you. You are the creator of your life, and how you take control of that is to understand that the soul speaks to your body, okay? And your body speaks to your mind. What's happening here is that your mind is not listening, because your mind, when we came to Earth, we splattered, okay? So we became a separation. And if I can go into the Tao a little bit deeper, perhaps on a longer workshop, which is something I hope to do in the autumn, is that the Tao is whole. The Tao is the source. The Tao is one. But from the oneness became two. And that is when polarity began. That is when individuality began. And that's why there is masculine and feminine, there is yin and yang, all of these things. What we forgot, because we are starting to live a modern life of separation, is that we are separating every part of us. We separate our bodies from our mind. We separate our mind from our bodies. We separate our souls. We don't even remember we have a spirit. It's absolutely crazy. Like, your spirit is your breath, basically. Your breath is your spirit. That's it. It's as simple as that. And that's why I love tea, because tea gives you that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, everything ordinary is so extraordinary. And your breath may seem really ordinary, and by God, even I do this, including me, we take our breath so for granted. We don't remember that each breath is doing so much for us. It's cleansing ourselves, it's renewing us, it's rejuvenating our body system. And more than that, which is what I want to get into today with a quick practice, is that you can command with your breath, you can command your mind, you can command your body, and then allow the soul to speak. This is how powerful your breath is. And if you've been to a workshop with me, if you've been in a ceremony with me, you know that I work with your breath a lot during the meditation as well, along with some sound healing bowls and tea. And tea is always the crucial, it's always the crux of it. Everything revolves around it, because if there is no loving presence in your body, there is no way you can heal. I will repeat this again. If there is no loving presence in your body, you cannot heal. And that means if you are still judging yourself in any way, your past in any way, the experience you have, you are never going to heal that gap. And I want you to imagine that you have this circuit of energy within your body. And how we're going to do that, and I'm going to move into it now, but if you have any questions, let me know, because this is such a broad subject that I could go on forever and ever. But I just want to cast your mind to today, a very simple exercise. I will come on here more often to teach you more in the future. Just today. And I love that we have a beautiful story here about the experience of triggering. Yeah, exactly. It's led you to deepen yourself, right? But I know, even though, like, for us, when we have a higher consciousness, there is a tendency for us to judge as well. Like, I've just gone through that myself, actually. Like, I went to a place where I felt like I shouldn't feel this way about this person, or I shouldn't feel anger because that's not right. I'm trying to heal it. I'm trying to force it. Manic manifesting. But at the end, I just had to let the emotions go, leave me, like, in a very big way, because I was trying to stop it up again. So it can creep up to us in a very sneaky way. That's why I really wanted to share today what exactly that really helps so many people. And we're talking about thousands and thousands of people who have done this work. And yeah, it's incredible. It's been helping my client land in her body, and yeah, I'm eternally grateful. So I wanted to share today one part of the whole modules that I do in the work of my 6-month program for disordered eating. So without further ado, I just want you to, if you are wherever you are, if you're driving or whatever, you can still do this, but I would not recommend closing your eyes. But if you're at home, which I think you probably are, just take a really comfortable position. I would recommend you sitting on a chair, but if you're like me on the floor, you could always be in a lotus position. If you're in a chair, just make sure your feet are landed on the floor, okay? So I want you to begin to get used to breathing, all right? And before I start, I just saw a comment. So you do judge yourself. I don't even understand what the emotions are connected to. There's a part of me that wants to understand the feelings. Perfect. I love this, because this is exactly what we're going to address today. Magida, hello. Oh, hello, gorgeous. Oh my gosh. All right. So lovelies, let's go into a comfortable position. I want to make sure that you are seated. And when you are seated, let's begin to connect with the anchor points in our bodies, okay? So what I mean is, first, let's give the base of our spine a little squeeze. This is the seat of our soul. This is where our soul begins to wind up like a little genie, but we are always suppressing it. So I want you to just give it a little squeeze. If it feels like, I don't know what you're talking about, it basically feels like a Kegel exercise, or when you want to go to the toilet, you're trying to hold your urine, then that's how it feels like, okay? So just give that a little squeeze so that it almost feels like you're opening up something and it's coming upward to the core of your body, okay? And above you, with your eyes closed, gently, I just want you to see a beautiful light coming from the heavens above, right around the crown of your head, okay? And it's beginning to form this beautiful white line at the core of being, inside your body, all towards your throat, your third eye, and towards your crown. This is the line that connects us to heaven, and it is also the line that connects us to earth. The seed of your soul and the soles of your feet are connecting you to earth. This is where we receive the energy of Mother Earth. And just let yourself calm down a little bit, follow my voice. Usually if I'm doing this, I would also have sound bowls around me, but that's okay. We will go with what we have today and work with our breath. So with that seed of your soul squeezed, it's also called a mula bandha in yoga. It basically means the root lock. You're locking the root chakra. And now I want you to push your shoulder blades back so that you're opening your heart up. This is also a way of squeezing your heart. Let your heart know you're here. I'm here. Give it a squeeze, give it a hug. Imagine it if you can't think of how I'm going to squeeze it, all of these things that the mind conjures. It's okay. The mind will take a back seat very soon, okay? So just give your shoulder blades a backward squeeze. And then now we will move to your third eye, which is the part between your brows. With your eyes closed, I just want you to slowly roll your eyes upward. So you're beginning to feel a tension towards your brain. And you're almost feeling like there's a light casting through you. This is a cave of Brahma. This is where your primal brain is. It is where you know it is connected to your gut. Okay, we're opening the cave. Now, so beautiful. The fourth and final anchor point is your throat chakra. We're going to tip our chin a little bit downward, just a little bit. Don't have to be like, don't force anything. We're just going to allow the breath to be very slow, very gentle, and fluid, okay? So when you tip your chin down, your breath will go up and down, almost making wave-like sounds at the back of your throat. And continue to breathe this way. Get used to the anchor points. And when I say squeeze, I want you to squeeze 4 of them all together, okay? So now, let's take an inhale in through your nose, right into your belly of wisdom, where all humanity came from. This is the belly. Expand it as much as you can. Let all your breath land in here. And as you exhale very slowly, exhale up to your heart, up to your throat, and up to your third eye. Roll your eyes back and then exhale out of the crown of your head, creating this beautiful fountain of light showering all around you. And in fact, if you're very, very sensitive, you can almost feel that. You can actually feel it, just this toric field around you. And remember, when you exhale, please exhale out of your nose, because when you exhale out of your mouth, it actually activates your fight and flight response. It's at the top of your lungs. We don't want that. We want it to be at the base of your lungs, close to your solar plexus, and from your belly. Your breath always comes from your belly, okay? And always in and out through your nose. So let's do this again. We are inhaling from the heavens above. Inhale light through your third eye, through your throat, into your heart, and into your belly, expanding your belly, and then squeeze your root lock, mula bandha, and then exhale out through your legs, through your soles of your feet. I want you to really, really understand that this is the fluidity of your soul. This is your spirit traveling up and down the core of your being. Imagine beautiful, beautiful thousands of small, tiny lights. They are all photons that formed your beautiful being, and they're all coming together now into this line right here. So let's do that one more time before we move on. So let's inhale, squeeze mula bandha, squeeze your base of your spine. Inhale from the base of your feet up to your belly now, expanding your belly, and then exhale out through your heart, throat, third eye, and your crown, creating this fountain of light again. And quickly now, inhale through your nose, through the crown chakra, back into your body. Let the air travel down to your belly again. Let your belly expand, and then Mula Bandha, root lock, and then exhale back out to earth. Okay. Oh. Oh. I've been cut off, but here we go. I will move on and carry on. Oh, okay, so I was cut off, and I'm so sorry about that, but I will upload another video afterwards, or maybe come on again live. But yes, so after that breath work, we are going to move on to a very quick and efficient way for you to deal with any triggers that are coming up. If you have any triggers coming up, I would just like you to, I'm so sorry everyone on Instagram, I got cut off for some reason. But this will be actually fully available in the Sacred Way Facebook group. So if you want to check it out, you can absolutely join the group. It's in my link in the bio. But I would make sure, I don't know why this is happening on my iPad, to be honest, so sorry about that. But now I'm going to move on to the second part, which is after that breathing, get used to it. You can do it anytime you want. You can even do it when you're walking. You can do it when you're showering. I literally do it anytime I can, like anytime, because that is how you live and breathe, and that is how you should bring your attention back into your body. That is how we bring ourselves back to the body. That is how the mind can find us. The mind can finally find us and say, oh my God, like I don't have to do this on my own anymore. I've got a team, I've got a body, I've got a soul. I can do this. I can fully serve right now. I can fully serve this person now. Okay, instead of trying to figure out how to be a perfectionist, how to be figuring out things to happen, you know, and controlling every single thing, because that's exactly what the mind would do. If you could control every single thing, it would. So let's get into the place where you've been triggered, and let's come and think about something that you have been triggered. Maybe something that you're upset about, anyone, anything. Yeah, anything at all. Okay, just bring that to mind. And then right now, when you have done that, just close your eyes, and I will make sure I won't close my eyes so that the iPad doesn't switch off on its own. But you can close your eyes and imagine the scenario. Just bring it in completely, emotionally, sensationally, everything. And when you do, drop the story. Drop it into your body and ask your body where exactly it is that I'm feeling a charge now. Just scan your body. If there's any place that feels tight, tension, like your attention like immediately drifted to that place, let's pay attention to that area. Give it a squeeze, give it a hug. And now let's turn away from that for a moment. Almost like you have two sets of TV. Although I don't like the television, but if that works for you, you can totally imagine that. But let's move away from that. And now I want you to call in something that you love so much, or a time that you've had so much fun, so much joy, completely, abundance, unconditional love. And let that fill your heart. Fill it up. And as it fills up, I want you to grow that. Expand it. Now it's bigger than your body. And it grows even bigger now, this beautiful light. Bigger and bigger. So big that when you drop it back in, take a deep breath in and exhale. It's okay to exhale out of your mouth now because we're exhaling out from the heart. And when you do that, I want you to say, this is for me. This love is for me. And with your eyes closed, let's call back that incident, that trigger, that person, whatever it is that has hurt you, that's caused you angst, that's caused you anger. And in this beautiful furnace of love in your heart, you put that experience, you breathe that in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to root lock again, Mula Bandha, lock the seat of your spine, your seat of the soul. And you breathe up into your belly. And this time, I want you to squeeze that place where you felt the tension. And you breathe with it. Take it with you. And breathe, exhale through your nose up to the crown. Exhale out. Beautiful fountain of light through the crown of your head. Okay? When you do that, we're going to inhale again. Top of your head, from the crown again, yes. Inhale into your heart. Go through that tension, that area with the tension, just go through it, almost you're sliding through it, into your belly, expanding your belly. Root lock, Mula Bandha, and then exhale out through your legs, through your feet. You can repeat this as many times as you want. And I would suggest that you do this if you feel like, oh my gosh, I was so angry at the time, I don't know what to do. I want you to really practice observing that when you are in that state of anger, when you're in the state of frustration, you automatically turn inward to your body and ask, where am I feeling the charge? Where am I feeling the tension? Instead of attaching any stories to it, instead of saying, oh, he's making me so angry, oh my god, this is not worth it, like, oh, I'm not gonna eat ever again, or anything like that. I want you to train your mind to be able to immediately turn inward to your body and say, okay, where am I feeling the charge? And if you think that, okay, in that moment, I don't remember doing that, that's absolutely fine. Please do not have any judgment. Again, back to where I started, judgment will cause you to never heal from whatever you need to heal. So in that spirit, I would like to suggest that if you can't do it at that point, you can come home and before you go to bed, lie in your bed and scan your body. Do a body scan to see where the tension is when you bring in that experience again. And if you say, oh my god, that happened so many hours ago, that happened so many years ago, trust me, it's not gone anywhere. If you're feeling the emotion, it would never just disappear. It's always there. Even though you feel like, oh, I've got so much to do, errands, taking care of my kids, whatever it is, that emotion, that seed is still there until you clear it. And the way to clear it is exactly how we did it. Calling the experience in fully, feeling it. Sometimes you can even cry. You might feel a lump in your throat. Sometimes it might even make you shout. And that is emotions moving through you. Emotions are energy in motion, basically. And I want you to fully embrace it. Please don't avoid any feelings. Just let it come. And then we will use the presence of love to melt it. The furnace of love is very big. Love is at a frequency that is the same as the spiritual body, your highest self, your soul. And how we call it in, how we remember is always to come back to love. You are love. You are. And even if you don't feel it, just say it. I am love. I am. And even when you say I am, it feels so powerful, the resonance in your body, because you are. So I just want to expand your mind today a little bit, because there are so many useful tips and techniques out there. I'm not discrediting them, but the focus is on still separating us from something that's the whole of us, which is energy. Energy created our nervous system. Energy created the cells. Energy is also the reason why you feel pain in your back, the reason why you have sclerosis. All of these things, they are related, okay? So never say that it's just a body pain or body ache, because it's always something to do with your mind and your soul. Always, always. And your energy, and how we can start to heal it in an exponential and almost like a miraculous way, is to get to energy. We get to that space where we can control our energy, where we can direct it, command it. Amazing things will happen. Amazing, amazing things will happen. And even if you can't see it today, know that you are here for a reason. And because you have thought of it, you have dreamt of it, it's absolutely possible. It's already out there. So we just have to jump onto that reality together. And that sometimes means asking for help, learning new things, opening our minds. Okay? So that's me today. I really, really appreciate the time I have had with you. I'm sorry about cutting off at the beginning. It's such a shame because I've had some beautiful faces there. But I see you, Alina, and I just want to thank you for being here. And yeah, until next week, maybe I'll be back tomorrow actually, because I want to do a big time ritual as well. And just to really, the reason I'm doing this is to really expand your mind a little bit about healing and about your body, about what's going on, you know, about everything that you're feeling. If you feel pain in your body, it's always there for a reason, and energy is the place to go. So yeah, that's me, and I send you so much love, my loves, and have a beautiful day. Bye.